Hello everyone, Ash here, and you know what time it is? E3 2014. One of my favorite times of the year is E3. Can't wait for this year. Can't wait to see all the announcements, what all these big companies are going to announce. So I decided to go ahead and talk about all three companies, the PlayStation, the Xbox, and Nintendo. Talk about them all in Ash Talks, 3 Ash Talks tonight. I'm going to talk about all three, what they should do, what I'm hoping they do. And I want to start off with the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the Vita right now because really not much I can really say about it. But what I think they should do with the Vita and what they're going to do, actually, this is pretty much, they're going to do this no matter what. I guarantee you they're going to do this. They're going to bundle it with the PlayStation 4. And I believe the price range is going to be about $500. Now, what I think they should do is price this thing at $450. Yes, they'll take a hit. There's no question they'll take a hit, but trust me, they will sell a ton of PlayStation 4s if they bundle the PlayStation Vita with it for a price tag of 450. I think that'd be a really smart move, really good strategy right there, and I think you'd have a lot of people wanting to now get that. They suddenly say, I can get that double pack of the PlayStation 4 and the Vita together. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for only 450. Yeah, why not? Because the thing is, that's $50 cheaper than the original Xbox One with Connect. That's actually a really good deal. I think they should do that. I really do. Next, I've heard a rumor that PlayStation 4 is going to drop its price to 350. I'm not sure if this is true. It could be just a rumor, but if they did that, ooh, Microsoft, ouch, you're in trouble then. Big trouble. Because then you're going to have to drop your console to 350, but I'm going to get to Microsoft later, but anyways, that would be another really smart decision if they dropped it to 350. Yeah, they'll take a hit, but they will sell a ton of units and they'll make a ton of money off the PS4 than if they did that. Even Nintendo would be like, "Oh crap, we may have to drop the Wii U to 250 then." But anyways, Nintendo and Microsoft are later. But Sony right now, what don't I want to see from you, Sony, this year's E3? True HD. Anyone who knows that, it's basically taking a game that was on the PS3 or 360 and then converting it to 1080p 60 frames a second. Sony is doing this with, I know Tomb Raider they did it, Metro they're going to do with both the Metro games, and The Last of Us. Now I don't think Metro 2033 the original was on the PS3. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know if it was or wasn't, but I don't remember if it was on PlayStation 3 or not. But I hope they don't start doing this too much. Like they say, oh well, all the games you loved on PS3, we're gonna True HD them, and Uncharted games are gonna be True HD now, 1080p, 60 frames a second. Really, you're gonna do that? I it was fine when you were doing it for the HD releases of a lot of your older games because one, we hadn't played those games in years, and two, they were on an affordable price. Then we got to see them high new graphics. And not to mention, some of those games were actually really expensive to find. So this was a great. That was a great marketing to release those HD releases. Those games like the Team Eco games and the God of War games. That was smart thinking on your part there, Sony. This is just kind of milking it for all it's worth. This true HD stuff and milking what the HD was about, which I don't like what you're doing. I hope they don't. Honest truth, I hope they don't rely on this. Don't make this one of your big things of True HD, all your PS3 classics. Please, Sony, don't. I am asking you, don't do this. Don't do this True HD bullshit. I don't like True HD in general. I just don't think it's a. I really don't because these games were HD. The Uncharted games were True HD. I hate to break this to you, but yes, the Uncharted games were HD. 720p is high definition. Some people are going to deny it, but no, 720p is. And I don't. God of War with 720p. I mean, I don't want to suddenly see Sony start seeing a bunch of old PS3 titles being True HD'd. I really don't. So Sony, don't do that. That's just do not do that. Another thing I don't want to see for the PS3, PS4, I mean, please don't be too safe about the PlayStation 4. Basically, don't rely on the good karma you got last year, C3, because last year you hit it out of the park. I mean, you just nailed it last year at PlayStation. I mean, Sony, sorry, I'm getting their names all mixed up, but Sony, you hit it last year out of the park with your announcements. Please don't do that. Please don't just rely on that good karma and just don't play it safe. You really need to come out swinging. I mean, you need to come out and get a full-blown knockout against the Xbox One, and you can do it if you really just show incredible all these new IPs, new IP after new IP, new IP. And another thing you need to announce is you need to announce that, oh, this great game that you're looking forward to playing, it's coming out next week. And stun everyone. Say there's a game that's going to be coming out next week. I really think you should. I think if you announce something that's like a game that people thought was going to be a year to make, you say, oh, we've been developed for much longer than that. And guess what? It's going to be coming out next week. Because I'm going to say this right now, the PS4 needs a new game out. It really does. I know it's got Infamous, Killzone, and that one game. It was that game where you could turn, like, it was like, I forget what it was called, but it was an interesting little title. It's a demo you can play on GameStop, and it's a fun little title, but I don't care for it that much. Really, I played it. Interesting, but you have those three games, and you got the third-party stuff, but you really need to launch another exclusive. I mean, I think that you should launch one like that. You should announce there's a new exclusive that's being launched next week. I really do think you should do that, Sony. I really do. I think that'd be just a really smart move because then you're selling like. Because then you really put Microsoft and even Nintendo kind of like going, ah, damn it, they released another game. Damn it. You put them in kind of a tougher situation if you did that. Do I think they're going to do that? I doubt it, but I think that's what I think they should do. But, hey, who knows? Next, a Puppeteer 2. I want to see Puppeteer 2. I hope you guys are at least show a trailer that you're working on a new Puppeteer game. Because the first Puppeteer was a lot of fun, and I really do want to see a new one get made. So I'm hoping you're going to announce a Puppeteer 2. Just a few more things. Older PlayStation 1 games. Bring them back. Games that are pretty much irrelevant now. I would like to see you bring them back. Like Jumping Flash. You remember Jumping Flash and how awesome that game was? That game was addicting. So much fun. PlayStation, Sony, bring it back, please. We've waited so long. I want a new Jumping Flash game. I really hope they'll announce a new Jumping Flash game. And that's another thing too. Older PlayStation games, and I'm not talking PS2 or PS3, I'm talking PS1 titles that are pretty much we've forgotten about. Bring them back, Sony. Really bring a lot of those titles back. Just try them and see how they do. I really think you should do that, Sony. You just announce a bunch of the older PlayStation 1 games that are irrelevant and bring them back and see how they do. They could do extremely well. So I hope you announce that at E3, but the final announcement, The Last Guardian. Get that game out. I want you to say, I want this to be the final thing you talk about as The Last Guardian. I want you to say it's in development, show a trailer, it's going to be on the PlayStation 4, and there's a release date. Do that. Do all that, Sony. Oh, I think that would be huge. That would be a great way to end your press conference. Finally talking about The Last Guardian and having a release date for that game. Because that game's been a complete hell. But Sony, that's what I want you to do. I'm hoping the PS4 does extremely well this E3 like last year. I'm hoping. I'm going to say this right now, I don't want to see any of these consoles go belly up. Even the Xbox One. I don't want to because I think competition's a great thing for the industry. But I am hoping PlayStation 4 has a great, insane, punches something out press conference, and I'll talk about their press conference after it's over. Anyways, what do you guys hope to see from the PS4? Comment below and know, and this is Ash. Thanks so long. I'm out. Good night.